We actually have, not in the shop because I don't sell them, right? Because I hate to sell Hublot.
Why would you buy a Hublot?
It's a fashion watch for people with more money than sense.
It's no secret that many watch collectors hate Hublot. Hit up any social media feed or watch forum and you'll find that Hublot is the butt of a lot of jokes. But why? While many of the things that Hublot is accused of are not new to the watch industry, it does take more than its fair share of flack. It's gonna help the brand's sales. So what is it that makes so many collectors hate Hublot watches? Let's find out. Let's start by taking a trip down memory lane to the late 1970s. Picture this. A bold Italian entrepreneur named Carlo Crocco decides to shake things up in the family business. Binda Group, renowned for crafting Breil watches and Wyler Geneva. He sets out to launch a brand new luxury watch label, unlike anything the world has ever seen before. Well, almost. After making the move to Switzerland, he established MDM Geneve and embarked on a mission to create a watch that would later be known as Hublot. Now, where did that name come from? It's derived from the French word for porthole, inspired by the distinctive shape of the watch case. But here's the interesting bit. Back then, there was already another luxury sports watch on the scene with a case inspired by a ship's window. The iconic Patek Philippe Nautilus Reference 3700. And let's not forget about Audemars Piguet's genre-defining Royal Oak Jumbo, reference 5402 ST. Now, could this be the reason why watch enthusiasts have a love-hate relationship with Hublot? Surprisingly, it wasn't the design of the watch case that made Hublot stand out, although it's definitely stirred up its fair share of debates over the years. No, it was the strap that stole the show. You see, Crocco was an avid sailor, and he envisioned his new luxury watch brand to be all about water. His goal was to create a timepiece that would look just as stylish with a suit as it would with shorts and a polo shirt on the deck of a sailboat. Metal bracelets didn't quite agree with his wrists, and leather straps certainly didn't get along with water. So, what was his solution? Rubber. And there you have it, the birth of Hublot, a brand that dared to be different with its water-friendly rubber straps, capturing the spirit of adventure and versatility. Love it or hate it, Hublot's journey from a sailor's vision to a global luxury watch icon is undeniably fascinating. Flash forward to today, and it might seem like it could be more groundbreaking to use rubber in watch straps and cases. After all, it's a common practice in watchmaking now. But what you might need to be aware of is that we owe this trend to Mr. Crocco. He had this brilliant idea to blend a precious metal like gold for the case with a practical material like rubber. Up until then, rubber straps were associated mainly with inexpensive quartz sports watches. But Crocco knew he was onto something extraordinary. He invested 3 decades of intense research and development to create the luxury watch industry's very first natural rubber strap. In 1980, he unveiled the inaugural Hublot timepiece at the Basel Fair. Initially, the response was lukewarm. However, with the growing popularity of the relatively new luxury sports watch category, he soon gained favor with retailers and customers alike. Simultaneously, he cemented Hublot's reputation as a trailblazer. His brand was different, marching to the beat of its drum. In the following 2 decades, MDM Geneve Hublot continued to make waves through direct sales. However, Crocco eventually found himself too preoccupied to focus on his watchmaking venture. He needed someone to step in and steer the brand forward. Enter Jean-Claude Biver. Under Biver's guidance, Hublot would transform, embracing innovation and expanding its horizons. The brand would not only survive, but thrive, becoming a symbol of audacious design and technological advancement in the watchmaking industry. All of this traces back to Crocco's daring vision and ingenuity, reminding us that even the smallest ideas can spark revolutionary changes in the world of luxury watches. If you've dipped your toes into the world of Swiss watches, the name Jean-Claude Biver should ring a bell. He's a larger-than-life figure, a true marketing genius. Back in the early 1980s, he played a crucial role in reviving Blancpain, and, consequently, the entire industry after the devastating blow of the quartz crisis. After Blancpain was sold to what's now the Swatch Group in 1992, Biver turned his attention to yet another once great brand, Omega. A decade later, having tripled Omega's sales, he left the Swatch Group ready for his next venture. In 2004, Biver became a minority shareholder in Hublot and took on the role of CEO. His first significant move was introducing a new flagship model, the Hublot Big Bang chronograph. Now, this design borrowed heavily from the already popular Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore chronograph that had made waves a decade earlier. Many watch enthusiasts criticized this lack of originality. However, the broader market was enticed by the use of exotic materials and vibrant colors, what Wyler aptly named the art of fusion. The Big Bang chronograph found global success, with orders pouring in from all corners of the globe. The prevailing opinion, still largely held, was that these watches were for the nouveau riche, for those who wanted to flaunt their newly acquired wealth. Understated elegance was not the order of the day. Hublot was all about making a bold, albeit sometimes ostentatious statement. This was further emphasized by the fact that each model was available as a limited edition. Wyler grasped the power of exclusivity all too well. He once said, "People want exclusivity, so you must always keep the customer hungry and frustrated." Only some brands, within or outside the watchmaking industry, have taken the concept of exclusivity to the extremes that Hublot has. The brand has produced a limited edition watch for nearly every occasion, team, or celebrity you can think of. Wyler's goal was clear. He wanted Hublot to be a part of the customer's world, lifestyle, emotions, and dreams. There's no denying that this strategy has proven highly successful for Hublot. The brand has shown resilience even in challenging times for the industry as a whole. However, for many watch collectors, it's become a major turnoff. The market has become saturated with so-called limited edition models to the extent that the term has lost its meaning. Hublot isn't the only one to blame, but it's often singled out as the pioneer. Strangely, this doesn't seem to bother them. In terms of design, Hublot has gained a less than flattering reputation for being predictable. While Hublot was the first to introduce the rubber strap, the design of the classic Fusion was heavily influenced by Audemars Piguet. Despite the brand's efforts to focus on its unique selling proposition, the rubber straps, and the fusion of materials from above and below ground, using both gold and rubber on the same watch, the predictability of the designs tarnished the brand. The watch's face, resembling a ship's porthole, closely mirrors Audemars Piguet's Royal Oak Offshore Reference 5042 ST, as well as a Patek Philippe Nautilus Reference 3700. Since then, the brand has yet to be able to shake off the copycat label, especially as many of its subsequent releases continue to borrow from AP. Hublot's contemporary designs have also faced criticism for being gimmicky novelties rather than practical, wearable creations. They've released numerous limited edition watches as part of various partnerships the brand has forged. While Hublot presents these limited editions as representative of the brand's core principles of the art of fusion, watch collectors beg to differ. Instead, these designs are viewed as evidence of the brand's attempts to grab attention, rather than build its reputation with well-thought-out timepieces. One of the most common gripes about Hublot is that the components they use are generic, and the finishing needs to meet the standards expected from a luxury brand. Although Hublot boasts its in-house innovations, a significant number of watches rely on modified Solita movements, a move seen as unjust by a luxury watchmaker. While Hublot does refine certain materials like gold and ceramic, the brand doesn't disclose the intricate mechanisms that keep their watches ticking. This lack of transparency raises concerns among enthusiasts, indicating that Hublot prioritizes aesthetics over functionality, a major reason why it is widely despised. The value for money aspect exasperates the issue. If Hublot didn't position itself as a luxury brand, concerns about design and construction might carry less weight. Watch collectors expect a certain level of quality, including thoughtful designs, proprietary movements, exclusive components, and meticulous craftsmanship. Hublot relies heavily on visual appeal to attract collectors, but it needs to deliver truly unique movements or dials, hampered by the predictability of its designs. Even when the designs are unique, the execution often needs to be revised, making Hublot watches a poor choice for serious collectors. While watches like the Big Bang or Classic Fusion might be visually appealing to some, the hefty price tag aligns differently with the quality of their construction. In comparison, some Rolex watches appear like a bargain, considering the quality of their components and movements, highlighting the disparity in value. Furthermore, the disdain for Hublot is more than just based on design, quality, or value for money. It boils down to the brand's image. The aversion toward Hublot is widespread, and any new watch enthusiast is quickly exposed to it. Hublot is perceived as the choice for the nouveau riche, loud and flashy. This reputation is partly due to the brand's numerous collaborations and limited editions. The bold and flashy designs, combined with Hublot's art of fusion ethos, incorporating rubber and gold, further solidify this perception. Hublot's marketing strategies, trying to appeal to a wide audience, have also alienated watch collectors. The brand's emphasis on form over function doesn't sit well with enthusiasts who value both aspects in equal measure. So you see, Hublot is disliked for marketing itself as a genuine watchmaker, when most collectors categorize it as a producer of overpriced fashion watches. The combination of generic components, lack of innovation, and a focus on flashy aesthetics over substance has created a lasting negative impression within the watch community. That's why most watch collectors hate Hublot so much. It isn't so much a matter of quality or craftsmanship. Hublot is, after all, a fully integrated time maker and has developed many of its movements internally. Its work in pushing boundaries with materials like ceramics and carbon fibers is also highly praised. No, we think the problem is that in the pursuit of being all over the world, the brand has become so ubiquitous that it's almost impossible to find. How ironic, isn't it?